This is where we get into trouble when the time comes for us to give feedback or especially write about performance in annual performance reviews. We do not use objective behavior-based language. We use subjective descriptors. Let me give you an example. I want you to imagine for a minute that I am your boss and we work together in a busy primary care clinic and you work at the front desk. And I want you to imagine that I called you into my office about 90 days into your tenure with us and said the following. Hey, I wanted to let you know that you're about 3 months into the role here, and I think you're doing a great job. It seems like you've picked things up quickly. You're a quick study, and you seem to be fitting in really well with the team, and you seem very comfortable asking questions, which is great. But there is one thing specifically I'm going to ask you to focus on and to get better on in the weeks ahead. I need you to be friendlier to people when they come to the front window. You see, we've gotten some feedback that you're not as warm or approachable or as kind as we need you to be in this role. And so going forward, that's your #1 assignment right now. I need you to focus on being more approachable, a little more gentle, a little friendlier to the folks who come to the window. Okay? Sound good? Let me ask you, if you got that feedback from me as your boss, what are you feeling? Write your answer in the chat box. If you just heard all of that from your direct supervisor, Liz says, I'd feel defeated, deflated. Jenny'd say, I am friendly, right? Hey, I'm friendly. Unclear. Well, what am I doing that was unfriendly? I'd feel betrayed, annoyed, confused, lost. I'd feel not great. I'd feel like I'm not doing a good job. Dawn says, what I need to do differently. Lindsay says, how do I be more friendly? Sabrina said, upset. Kelly said, I'd feel let down. Yeah, that feedback I just gave you is worthless. And it's worthless for 2 reasons. First, all the language that I just used is subjective adjectives, right? Friendly, warm, kind, approachable, gentle. These describe the quality of behavior, but they're not behavior. And so what ends up happening is it feels like a character assault, doesn't it? If you sit across from somebody and say, I need you to be more friendly, more nice, warmer, kinder, gentler, friendlier, what they hear is, you're not friendly, you're not warm, you're not kind, gentle, or approachable. And so our defenses go up. And we feel attacked at the core of who we are. And the second reason that feedback is worthless is because it doesn't give the person any guidance, any specifics about what you want them to do differently going forward. When we talk about feedback and when we write about performance, we have to move away from subjective descriptors and use behavior-based language. Behavior is observable, documentable. It includes actions, it includes nouns and verbs, and it's objective. It's not about the person, it's about the performance. Think about writing a how-to manual, and you will end up closer to behavior. But too often when we ask leaders to describe what they want people to change, we end up reaching for descriptors. These are often adjectives and adverbs that are vague. They are interpretations. They are experienced by others as a character attack and as opinions, and they're subjective. And so it's often very difficult to pin down what you mean. What ends up happening is you know what you mean, but it's not clear to the person on the receiving end of that conversation, and that creates both the defensiveness and the inability to move forward. Imagine if you worked for me at the front desk of our practice, and instead of the conversation that we just had about friendly, warm, approachable, kind, gentle, we had this conversation instead. Hey, I just wanted to talk to you for a moment because we're about 90 days into your tenure here, about 3 months. And I just wanted to tell you that you're doing a great job. It seems like you've picked things up quickly. You seem to be a quick study. It seems like you're fitting in with the team pretty well. And I notice you're not afraid to ask questions, which is great. But there are a couple of things I need you to zero in on when you're working at the front desk. First of all, whenever anybody walks up to the window, you need to turn your whole body away from the computer and face them straight on. Make direct eye contact with the person at the window and put an obvious smile on your face. Make sure we say, good morning and how can I help you? And let's make sure we take the time to walk them through the intake paperwork on the clipboard. Also, make sure you turn it over so that they fill out the backside because people miss that all the time. And then when you're done with that, always make sure you ask, Is there anything else I can help you with? Or do you have any other questions? Now tell me, if you're on the receiving end of that feedback, what's going through your mind? Answer in the chat box, please. If you heard the feedback that I just gave, if I asked those things of you in the way that I just described them, what would be going through your mind? Michaela said, I could do that. Dawn said, yeah, I can do that. Rebecca said, easy peasy. Rebecca, you get points for rhyming your answer. You can see these answers flying by in the chat box. Everybody is saying that's clear. Those are things that I can do. It's sincere and specific. I have a better understanding of my boss's expectation. And you know what else? At no point in time do I feel like you're talking about my flaws as a person. You're just asking me, hey, don't forget to execute in this way. Michaela just said it. I don't feel attacked. Absolutely.